Hi friends, welcome back to our weekly Plan With Me episodes. I will be taking you along with me as I use my planner each week, discussing important things to remember for different seasons of life and making sure we prioritize the things that really matter to us the most. So we will focus on using our planners to structure, to organize, and to thoughtfully plan out our lives, all while God is ordering our steps and leading us in His will. All right, so last week we kicked off summer by adjusting our routines from a school type schedule to a summer type schedule. And this week we're going to dive deeper into how you can navigate busy schedules without the stress, and crucially, how to get your husband on board on the same page. So if you are tackling summer busyness or really any busyness of the year, stay tuned and make sure to subscribe for more planning tips and more Plan With Me's, and be sure to hit that like button. So go ahead, grab your planner or just grab a notebook, piece of paper if you'd rather just take notes and not quite put the pen to the planner pages. I'm typically like that too, but just grab something so you can get started. Our goal here for planning is not to have rigid perfection, but it is to have intentional structure that will help us balance freedom with enough routine so that everyone can still be productive and happy and enjoying life. So in our last episode, we talked about how to schedule out really those anchor activities that we have scheduled for appointments, things that we already know are going on, especially in the summer season when things change. So if kids are in camps, when they're going to the dentists, all those things that busy families have, we put those in our planner. We put those on our monthly spreads, some of us on our weekly spreads as well. So we have all those anchor activities ready to go. And then we also thought about some activities that we could do to fill in those unstructured times, especially with the kids when they're younger, to help keep them away from the I'm bored times and things like that. So now we are ready to dive a little bit deeper. So this is when things really start happening. And so our question for today is, how do we ensure that our husband is aware and involved in everything that's going on, and that we're on the same page and our husband's also on board with everything that's going on? So let's be honest, a lot of the times the mental load of scheduling kids' activity, of booking appointments, of scheduling lessons, a lot of the time the mental load of that falls upon us as the wives or as the moms. So we may be the ones that are doing all the booking and the scheduling, and a lot of times we even carry all of those things in our head, right? So we have that mental load, but it's crucial that both you and your husband are on the same page and are working together in all of these things. So let's start with a few actionable communication tips that we can implement in order to accomplish this. So number one, let's start with ask his opinion. And this is really important. So an example of this is, hey, I'm thinking of booking swim lessons for the kids on Thursday mornings. What do you think about that? Would that work with your schedule? Would you think that would work fine for our family routine? Or I'm scheduling the kids' dentist appointments. Did you want to come along, or would you like me to take them on my own? I was thinking next, Thursday at 5. Or the kids really need to be involved in some activities, thinking of, putting our daughter in gymnastics. Do you think that's too much for our family schedule right now? What activities do you think we should offer as options to her? But the point of all of these examples is really to ask his opinion, get his input, let him talk about what his vision is, instead of just doing everything on your own, making all the decisions on your own, booking everything on your own, and give him the opportunity to have input into everything. Number two is to always give him a quick rundown. So you may be carrying that mental load and you may have all those things in your head, and hopefully you're also using a planner to map all those things out as well. But one thing that I found is really helpful is to just give a quick rundown on a weekly basis. It doesn't have to be the same time, same day of the week or anything like that, but I'll say, okay, here's what's coming up this week. here's what we have going on. We have, I keep going back to swim lessons, but we have swim lessons on Monday. The kids have camp on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We have a babysitter scheduled this Friday, so we have date night from 5 to 10. And so give him a quick rundown so that he's aware of what's coming up for that upcoming week. So not what's coming up in the next 3 months, but just an overview, whether it's over morning coffee or before you all go to bed. This is what we have coming up for the week. It gives him the opportunity to review that in his mind, to offer any suggestions for changes, or just so he can maybe even rearrange his schedule. But it gives him the opportunity to also mentally look forward for that next week and to know what's going on as well. Number 3 is to remind him of times that he will have more responsibility in a typical week. So maybe for this upcoming Thursday, you'll be running errands that morning, and typically you would have the kids with you, but this is a day that the kids will be at home with him. So just give him a quick reminder, hey, the kids will be home with you on Thursday morning, or hey, I'll need you to take over making dinner for Wednesday night because I need to work late. So give him reminders for things that he might have to do that are a little bit out of the ordinary for that week. And number 4 is to discuss areas for planning that give you stress. For example, for me personally, it's the dinner plans and the cooking, not my forte. And so it's really helpful for me and for my planning and just for unloading some stress is to talk to him about, okay, what do we want to have for dinners this week? Or, hey, I have grilling out on the dinner plans for Tuesday. Is that cool with you? Are you able to grill out, hot dogs and hamburgers that night? Just discussing those things that are a little bit harder for you so that he can help out in those areas as well. So you have all of those family and logistical planning that you do every single week, every single month, but ensuring actual intentional connection times and moments with your husband is also a non-negotiable. And we've talked about this before, but it's really about the intentionality within the time that you do have. So for this, I want you to choose one small connection habit to implement either daily if you're up for it, or at least weekly. Write it in your planner as a reminder so that it gets done. Again, this can be a 15-minute check-in after dinners on Tuesday, putting the phones away, or it can be establishing a prayer time together before you walk out the door or before bed, or it could be, hey, let's sit down and share the highlights of our day together type of time. But I want you to plan those connections as well. If you need help with thinking of some connection habits that you can establish, we have a freebie. I'll put the link in the description below. It's just a quick guide to inspire you and encourage you. It also has a daily habit tracker that will help you kind of visualize and see how and when those connection habits are getting accomplished throughout the month. So check that out. It's a big help, and it's a big way to make sure those things are getting done. Now, if you're thinking, this is so great, I wish there was a place to record all this in my planner, I'm right there with you. And this is actually where our new upcoming relationship vision planner is going to come into play and will be a game changer. We are currently in the design mode. It is scheduled to be launched late in 2025, but this planner will have dedicated monthly pages. It's perfect for sitting down together as a couple, deciding who's doing what, noting special events that you have going on, date nights, ensuring that you schedule those times together. Even if you're the primary planner in the relationship, even if you're the only one writing things down, having these conversations with your spouse, with your husband, and even you just writing them down by yourself benefits both of you. It benefits the relationship greatly. You can write down your prayers as well. So for this week, you can really pray for clear communication with your husband, asking, God to really help you both work as a united team as you manage the busy schedules of life. So that is how you navigate busy weekly schedules without so much stress, and how to communicate with your husband so that you both are on the same page, working together. Everybody knows what's going on. It's all about purposeful planning. So if you found this episode helpful, please hit that like button. Also share in the comments for me. Share with me one way that you plan to communicate with your husband about your plans or about your family's plans. And let me know which question or which step was most helpful for you. Next week, we will be tackling a big one, and that is prepping for a vacation week away from the home. I know a lot of people do this in the summer, and so we're going to talk all about how to plan and to make it successful. So if you are looking for a planning tool designed to support this level of intentionality in your life and in your marriage, make sure you are on the wait list for the Relationship Vision Planner, which I mentioned before. The link will be in the description. You will get some great benefits from being on the wait list. You'll get some behind the scenes. You'll get some sneak peeks, but you will be the first to be able to order the planner as well as get an exclusive price as well. So again, that link is in the description. If you're watching this video later and the planner is already launched, go ahead and check out our website, oakhavencompany.com, to see if the planner is still in stock and to get the latest details as well. As always, let me know how your planning is going, what you'd like me to cover, what is inspiring you lately, and stay tuned for the next episode. I hope to see you planning with me next time.